So your closet isn't the only thing that you have to switch out once cold weather arrives. You know, you replace all of your shorts and your tank tops for sweaters and boots and things like that, and I love that about fall. But my porch also needs to be transformed and kind of switch out its wardrobe. And so I want to describe just a few of the things that I do to make it transition from summer into fall. One of them is, I know you guys often think that why do I have all of these baskets hanging around in my garden? Well, this is one of them. This one is starting to break up and deteriorate a little bit, but I don't mind. And I have so many sources of kindling from all of the trees on my property that I just pick it up and I put it in here, and then I've got it ready to go for our little fireplace or my fire grate. And I like having it on hand. Plus, I kind of like the way it looks just sitting out. It's got kind of an organic, rustic vibe. It's a fun little touch. Now, a number of the boxwood and these furniture plants that I keep on my back porch needed some refreshing. So I gave a little bit, not aggressively, but I gave a little bit of a haircut to some of these topiaries. One of them just had started to look a little bit unhappy. So I switched some of them out with these golden hollies. These are part of the Southern Living plant collection. They're Touch of Gold hollies. You'll want to get on the wait list for them next year. But I also like the fact that they kind of brighten up this rather dark space, because as the sun goes further and further south in the sky, this area gets less and less light in the fall. So basically, I just did a little refresh with all of the plants. I top dressed them with gravel, and I want to show you something. You all always ask, where do I get my gravel? And I have gotten it at Lowe's. It's Earth Naturals, and in the past it has been approximately this size. Okay, the other day Hubs went and picked up some new gravel for me, and it was still Earth Naturals, but it's a little bit larger. And at first I was disappointed, but now I like it. And I like it because one of the things it does is it stays in place when you water. The smaller gravel tends to kind of separate and then expose some of the soil, but this stuff is heavier, a little bit weightier, and it stays in place. Plus, I like the textural contrast between the larger and the smaller rocks. So I gave a refresh of gravel to all of my pots here. I checked them for bugs and spider mite. I gave them one more spray of some neem oil before I kind of put them to bed. I talked a little bit earlier about this Fatshedera. And this year, I'm going to leave it out. I think it's going to be cold hardy enough to be able to do that. So, historically, I had not mulched it in gravel, but I did that to give it a little bit added protection. Now, the foxtail fern will probably have to come in. I also wanted a little bit more softness up here. So, I introduced this past summer this soft caress mahonia, just because I like the way it looks, and I think it's kind of a nice foil against the more solid globular shape of all of the boxwood. So I like that. Now, another thing that I did was I removed my topiary stand. I love these kind of rituals from season to season. So I removed the topiary stand I had here, and I replaced it with my firewood rack. So I've got a load of firewood that's going to be coming hopefully next week, and by then it will definitely be cool enough, I think, to have our first fire. I like to put out little lanterns and things, and then I always pull out this time of year, I pull out these Sonnenglas solar lanterns because I like the way they look kind of illuminated. That one needs a little fixing. Its suction device has escaped its lid. But I like the way they look this time of year when it's a little bit gloomy. They provide just a a little jolt of happiness, I think. Pretty soon this Japanese maple is going to turn red and it will be really beautiful arching over the back porch. So these are just some of the ways I think that even a small garden can have a certain degree of excitement to it as it changes from one area to another. The other thing I do is I pull out my ash bucket. I've got a couple of buckets that I use for removing the ashes from my wood burning fireplace inside. They've been used for soil and stuff over the summer, but now they'll be by the back door so that I can clean out. I can be a scullery maid and I can clean out my fireplace. One other thing I wanted to comment on. A lot of you ask about my painted utility boxes and whether or not I had to get permission for that. Because they're on the house, they're not like meters off of the house, I did not get permission. I have never had anybody say anything about it, OG&E or any of the utility companies, but definitely because they're unsightly, when you paint them, they really blend so much more into the brick. You can definitely tell the difference between this that has not been painted and this that it has. It just kind of virtually disappears. I even painted my sprinkler box down here. So, and this, my old house, my fuse box has been painted, and then these ultimately get tall enough so they also aren't really an impediment to access, but nevertheless, they kind of hide them. So that is something that I do a lot, is I will paint unsightly utility boxes to kind of merge and blend in with the brick. Now I've got a couple of areas on my house that I keep as kind of domestic archaeology, I guess. And you can see this white blotch right there on the brick. That is the color that my house used to be painted before we moved in, and we sandblasted it back to its original brick. But I like little bits of that being exposed because it gives me a little bit of house history and archaeology to this 1935 house that I kind of like. So that's just a little bit of porch talk, my back porch and how I'm getting it ready for the cold weather and fireplace season.